Hello guys, thank you for joining me. I'm Wilad FM. Let's get started. 3 months into our campaign to make sure we don't get sacked from Chelsea. And as you can probably see, we've started off quite well, if I do say so myself. Unbeaten in the league. I think we still have a 100% record looking at that. We didn't do too well in the Super Cup, and we have drawn a game in the Champions League, but we can look at all that in a moment. Let's start off with the fixtures and see how we've been going. So, quick look here. First game of the season, we started off at Southampton. We got a 1-0 win out of this game with a Pedro goal on the 60th minute, as you can see there. Kovacic having a really good game there, an 8.6 with 6 key passes in this game. We were on top for the majority of the game, as you can see, 20 shots on goal to their 6, 67% possession to their 33. All in all, a really good game to start the season with. If we go on to the next game of the season, we come up against Liverpool in the Euro Super Cup. So, the charity shield of the European competitions. And to be fair, we done really well in this game. By full time, it was 2-2, and I'm thinking, yeah, we could probably take them to penalties. The game had been very even all the way through. And then, I don't know what happened once extra time come round, but they must have had a good pep talk. They come out and it ended up 5-2 to Liverpool. It's we had a little bit of a mixed team out, as you can see. Carabao started in goal, ahead of Kepa. I'm just having a look at what other players I brought in instead. We've got Barkley starting. Pedro again, he started once again. Still no Hudson-Odoi at this point. And Batshuayi started up top. Was that for any reason other than no? Abraham was on the bench, so it was just a case of he was preferred for today's game due to fitness. Next game in the league was a big game. Manchester City visited us at Stamford Bridge in a game that was very even, as you can see from the shots and the percentage of possession. We come out 3-0 winners though. 2 goals from Willian and a Olivier Giroud header got us the 3-0 win, which left us starting to get a bit of traction in the league. We then played Aston Villa away, and Tammy Abraham, fresh off of his loan to Villa last season, got the goal that won it for us, coming on off the bench. Next up was Bournemouth, where we got the 2-0 win thanks to an Aaron Ramsdale own goal and a Jorginho penalty on the 94th minute. Let's just have a quick look at the game. And again, as you can see, fairly even on the shooting stats, holding a big percent of possession. Didn't really go through any changes on this game. I just kept it as it was. We were doing well throughout the game. It never really looked like it was in any doubt. So that was the end of August. September rolled round, and our first game in September, we had to go to Carabao to face Norwich. And after falling behind to Pookie, who's become a bit of a household name this season, Tammy Abraham got 2 and James got 1 for us to get back into the game and walk away and keep our 100% record going. And as you can see, another man of the match performance for Tammy Abraham there. We then had our first Champions League game of the season up against Lille. And again, as you can see, another 2-0 win. This time Abraham got us off and running. Sanchez then got an own goal, and Mason Mount missed a penalty on the 26th minute. So it could have been better than what it was, but we got enough out of it. The next game was in the Carabao Cup. As you can see from here, we've had a fairly good game, 3-0 win against Walsall. William with the first goal, Baker with the penalty, and Mason Mount with the goal, all before half time to wrap the game up nice and early. Following that, we had an away trip to Newcastle where we picked up a 2-1 win. We took an early lead through Barkley, followed that up with a Clark own goal to make us 2-0 up, before Newcastle pulled one back in the second half with Saint Maximilian to finish 2-1. Again, never really in any doubt this game. We were always in a commanding role for this game. So that was September out of the way. October was next, and this was our first dropped game of the season, bar the Liverpool game. And it finished 0-0 with Benfica. It was a bit of a boring game, to be honest with you. Just the 11 shots from us. We had the percentage of the possession. We also had Rudiger sent off on the 81st minute, but to be honest, we never looked like breaking them down, and we never looked like getting broken down. So, a fair result. Disappointing, but fair. We then went up against Tottenham in the Premier League. We picked up another 3-0 win. Another dominant display, as you can see from the shots and the possession down the bottom. Good game, all in all, from the likes of Kovacic, Mount, Willian, Barkley in our midfield, really looking after the game. Another disappointing performance from Abraham though, another 6.7 with no goals. Starting to get a bit disappointed with him, and starting at this point to think maybe I'm going to need to invest in a striker at some point. Up next, Sheffield United in the Premier League. This was away at Bramall Lane. And in this game we had Emerson, Tamori, Hudson and Doy all give us a 3-0 lead before Billy Sharp pulled one back. Tammy Abraham at the end of the game, finally getting on the score sheet, gives us a 4-1 win. Nicely done, leaving us in a nice position in the league, continuing our 100% run. We then had our third game of the Champions League group. A game that we needed to win after winning a game and drawing a game. We didn't really want to start falling into the place where, come the end of the group, we're struggling to make sure we're in it. And we got the win we needed. Jorginho started us off with a 12th minute penalty before Valencia pulled it back level 1-1. But Mount and William both went on to score to give us a 3-1 win. Wolves come up next in the Premier League, and once again another victory for us, so doing well for these victories at the moment. 2 goals, one from Tamori, one from Callum Hudson-Odoi, to give us the 2-0 win. And like as with all these games, we seem to really be doing well on the stats side of things with the shots and the possession. It seems to be the way that we've built our team, and as you can see, Batshuayi's in there as the striker. Olivier Giroud's the striker on the bench. Abraham at this point has been dropped. And the final game of the 3-month period is Huddersfield. We took them on in the 4th round of the Carabao Cup. We made some changes. We brought in Coming in goal. We gave Ballo a chance to show what he could do. Giroud was brought in. And all in all, we had a really good game. Everyone played well, bar Pedro. He had a bit of a shocker, but everyone else had a really good game. 4-0 win. Totally deserved. 36 shots for us to their 3. They were never in the game. So the next thing we're going to look at will be the competitions and how we're doing in them, and where it leaves us. So, as far as the Premier League goes, we are sitting top of the Premier League, 9 played, 27 points, 100% record. United are in second, just 2 points off of us. And if we have a look at the other teams that are in and around, Burnley in third, that's a bit of a shocker. Who's doing overly bad? Tottenham down in 10th. Mourinho not really getting them going. And Everton sitting rock bottom at the moment. As far as our Champions League goes, we are top of the group, 3 points clear. As I said, that 3 points that we got against Valencia obviously made a big difference. Super Cup we finished runners-up in, as discussed a little bit earlier. Yet to enter the FA Cup, and as far as the Carabao Cup goes, still in that. Next round to be drawn soon. Teams still in it: Tottenham, Fulham, ourselves, Everton, West Ham. Is it West Ham? Yeah, West Ham, Aston Villa, Man United and Burnley. So looking at that, there's a potential to go on a run there by the looks of it, should we avoid the big boys that are still in it. Let's have a quick look in the Premier League and see what we can see in here. So a bit more of an in-depth look at what's going on. Just the 3 goals conceded for ourselves. 21 scored. So we're amongst the highest scorers in the league, just behind Manchester United, and we've definitely got the best defence in the league. Just have a look at the old team stats and see what we can see. Goals from corners. We've got 3 of our 21 goals come from corners already this season. Possession-wise, yeah, top for possession, least conceded, most clean sheets. Our passing accuracy is the best in the league. And we've got the best crossing completion in the league at the minute. Not really anything you wouldn't expect there, so all happy with that. Let's have a look at the awards that have been awarded out so far. Young Player of the Month, first of all. For August was Rashford. None of ours in there. September we had Tammy Abraham win that. And third place was Reece James. And October we had a clean sweep with Hudson-Odoi, Tomori and Mount all in there for us. Just go back to here. Let's have a look at the Players of the Month then. So Players of the Month in August was Jordan Henderson. September we again had no one there, but October, Hudson-Odoi and Tomori were well up there. And lastly, the Manager of the Month. So we get any of them yet? So August, we were Manager of the Month, followed by Solskjaer. September, Brendan Rodgers. We're not even on there for September, so whether that was because we didn't play enough league games. And then we're back there for October. So yeah, we're doing fairly well, as you can see there. Let's have a quick look on the squad page. How are we getting on for progress? Let's have a quick look. So the average ratings we've got going at the moment, off of ignore Ballo because he's only played 1. So Mount is the top rated player that we've got at the moment after 9 games, hitting a 7.55 a game. He's getting 3 points a game that he's been in the league. That's exceptional, but we knew that was going to be up there anyway. Let's just have a look at how Mount's been playing. I've been playing him as the box-to-box midfielder, and these are the stats that he's running with box-to-box midfielder. Could do with improving his tackling a little bit, but going forward is why I'm using him as the box-to-box ahead of Kante. Could do with put a bit of muscle on by the looks of it. But he's doing really well. If you have a look at the progress that he's on. So we picked him up in August. And he's already running at a 4-star now in November, so doing really well there. And Emerson, he seems to be doing really well as well. Let's just have a look at his stats. So he's playing as a wing back on support, not attack. And as you can see, some really good stats for Emerson. A really good left wing back player. Does everything that I want him to do. We just have a look at his progress. 3-star in August, and he's up to a 3.5-star now. Everything seems to be increasing for him all the time. I really do like Emerson as a left wing back. I do like playing with my wing backs. So if we just have a look at finally the home screen, and we will just pick out the... In fact, let's have a look at what the club think of me. So how are they rating my performances? So summarise the ball, are absolutely delighted with the way you are leading the team. So they're concerned about Predator's performances, but overall everything seems to be doing really well. Happy with how we're playing. Just have a look at the matches that they've chose to rate and not be happy about. So they're really happy with the Tottenham win. And 4-0 don't get you an A. I'm not sure what does. But all in all, they seem very happy with me. Just a quick look at the club vision. Everything is either reserve and judgment or on course. I think we should be alright with the club vision. I don't think it's something we're going to have to worry about. Let's just finally have a look at the players that are in form and playing well. So Willian is our top goal scorer. Let's have a look at his form. So Willian, over the past month or so, well, past 3 months, got assist goal, 2 goals. I think he's playing really well. He's going to be one of our key players this season. Although, to be honest, he's fighting Pulisic for that position, and I really want to get Pulisic playing well. I want him to be our number 1 starter, so he needs to turn around this star rating. I'm sure he'll do it. Come the end of the season, I think William might be on his way to a new club, but we'll wait and see. Okay, and also we've already looked at Mason Mount, so let's take a look at some training performances. Top performer is Anjorin. Now I'm training him on the left hand side. Let's just have a look at his development in training. Being trained as an inside forward, and as you can see, few little stats he needs to improve on for us to have him there, but he seems to be doing really well. He's at a 10 in rating in training. That can't be bad at all. Well, that's it from me today. Thank you very much for joining me.